Islam, and Islam.
Yes, sir.
We are live. We are live on Let's Think Podcast. I
There
am
we
your host. Yes, sir. I am your host, Brother Sheikh Islam L, Brother Sheikh 7 Islam L. I just want to remind y'all to shop with the Fez Dealer. Please shop with the Fez Dealer. Get your urban Islamic Sufi experience. Fezes, apparel, garbs, zikr beads, anything you possibly could think of. I think he could take care of your needs. Islam. Um,
Fez dealer.
without further without further ado, allow me to rise, giving all thanks and perfect praises unto Allah, highest honors to his holy prophet. Honors to the forerunner Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Honors to the More Science Temple of America. Honors to my leadership, Brother L. Portis L. And my grand sheik is Sister M. Portis L. Honors to their staff and their officials. Honors to all leaders, past, present, and future. And the honors to all participating in the comprehensive program of uplifting for fallen humanity.
That's right.
Honors to my guest, Brother Sheikh Sharif Anael-Bey. Honors to the More Science Temple of America, Inc. And honors to all, and I mean all who are in the listening audience in the chat. Honors to you as well. Islam.
Islam, brother
Islam.
man. Yo, it's good to be
Islam.
back, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
miss my fam. I miss my
Absolutely.
brothers, man. It's good to be back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely good to be back. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
sir.
I want to say to the family that we we want to apologize for the wait for the wait because
That's right.
a lot of things, I've been having a lot of challenges, you know lately, but praise be to Allah for everything, you know
Brother,
what I'm saying?
listen. We live in trying times right now, all of us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I was talking about this with my members during Sunday school. We were talking about how, you know, we said, is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah? Answer, no, it's the shadow of our lower selves when we pass away, right?
Hmm.
And so lower self cast shadows, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
And so we know that a shadow is an expression. It's a manifestation of something. We're going to deal with this today. It's a manifestation of something. So it's a
Absolutely.
projection, right?
Hmm.
Devil is a projection of lower
Mm.
self, right?
Mm.
We're gonna talk about
Hmm.
this today. But devil is a
Hmm.
projection of lower self. So, and remember, what is devil? Devil's the adversary. Devil is what makes us get up off our backside and be the message. That's what devil. That's its
Mm.
purpose, right? Is
Hmm.
to provide
Hmm.
the creative tension. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So we can expect. But remember, all projections, outward projections that cause us to do these things are reflections of our own our own lower self. So,
Mm.
so, so, so watch. Make no Look at the upheaval that we see in the country right now with the current presidential regime, current presidential administration.
Absolutely.
I guarantee, I'm not a betting man, but I'll bet money, I bet folding money that every single one of us is going through a similar type of upheaval inwardly in our immediate circle, in our families. We're going through something similar. Am I right?
Absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
guarantee it. Guarantee it. We all going
Absolutely.
through something, you know. But
Yes,
you know
sir.
what? But okay, now follow me. What it should do. What it should do
Ooh, what it
is,
should do.
yeah. What it should do. What it now it's designed to do is distract us, cause us to forget, right? What it should do is force us to even more strongly recognize that we got to stop acting like we don't need each other. You hear me what I'm saying? Uh-oh, you there? Uh-oh. There we go. Can't hear you. You on mute.
My camera's tripping. And
Oh,
pardon
okay,
me, my
got you,
camera's
got you.
tripping.
No worries.
All right, I'm working on this phone right now, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be
no
a little
doubt,
new for me.
no doubt.
Yes,
But
I'm,
yeah,
I'm, I'm with
you
you
know,
though.
we have to stop acting like we don't need each other. We got to stop acting like the fact that we need each other is an option.
Hmm.
Like we have the
Oh
luxury.
no,
Like we have the luxury of acting like it's an option. It's not an
it's
option.
most definitely not an option.
Not
Not
an
an
option.
option at all.
Look at what's going on in the world today right now with this ICE thing and Minneapolis and all this other stuff. Follow me, right? More and more and more Europeans are going, whoa, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is insane. Not the fact that Europeans are getting shot down in the street. That's bad enough by the authorities.
Oh yeah,
That's bad enough.
true.
But what's
Hmm.
worse is that in less than 24 hours, the authorities are doing press conferences saying, oh, no, the people that got shot and killed were the bad guys with no investigation.
Isn't that something?
In other words, follow me, people. Racism, white supremacy isn't Abner Louima getting violated or Mike Brown getting murdered by the police. Racism, white supremacy is the institution that protected them in the process of doing so. So now you got Europeans feeling that, and they're going, yo, this is crazy. But for us, guess what it is? Any given Tuesday. That's the world we grew up in.
Yeah, it's common. It's
Yeah.
normal.
So now you got more and more Europeans now openly saying, man, we need the wisdom and the experience of the Asiatics to see us through this thing because we don't know what it's like. See? But now let's take it a step further, people. We, you, myself, our generation, we grew up in the new Jim Crow, where it's a little more subtle. It still happens, but it's a little more subtle. When you hear these older Europeans talking about the good old days, right? Know what they're talking about? The old Jim Crow. The old Jim Crow was, I wake up on the wrong side. I'm a European. I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and I just happen to look at you. I just happen to look at you, and I can kill you outright. I can kill you outright. See, that's what our grandparents and great-grandparents grew up under. You see? That's another reason why they were they were way tighter. Because they had less of the luxury of believing they didn't need each other. This was the environment, remember, that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali grew up in, or that he did his work in that environment. See what I'm saying? He did his work in that type of environment. So listen, you get murdered just for long looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get murdered for looking too long. You see? For real. And they're going to get away with it. Ain't nobody going to jail. See, that's Jim Crow. So the Europeans are starting to feel that. It's now visiting them. And they're in shock. They're clutching pearls left and right. We're going, yeah, whatever. We're like, welcome to our world.
Yeah.
You see? But make no mistake. See, I firmly believe that we were the intended target. It was expected that our people would be out in the streets protesting. And it would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a straight bloodbath. You see what I'm saying? But in Allah's mercy, listen, most of us got the memo. We stayed home. We said, man, we sitting this one out. Islam, big brother.
Islam, brother.
A small family. How y'all
doing? We said we sitting this one out. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So they kind of missed the intended target. See? Yeah. So, but it's coming. It's coming. So, in other words, what am I saying? The old Jim Crow is coming back. We have to stop acting like we don't need each other. In other words, we got to stop the woke gang banging.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Nah, not
the gang banging.
Not the conscious gang banging.
We got to stop that. We got to stop it. We got to stop. And let's keep it a buck. All of us are guilty. And I'm talking organizationally speaking.
Absolutely.
We guilty of gangbanging. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
I can agree, bro.
Yes, sir.
I can wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I can wholeheartedly agree. What happened to is Brother McGriff still there? Or did he leave?
Off and, yeah, he hopefully get back on.
Yes, sir. No, I think he's still, no, he's not. All right.
Yeah, but that stuff has to stop because
Absolutely.
we don't have the luxury. Pardon the analogy. I'm going to give an analogy from the late great Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. The late great Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She was talking about this very same thing, this very same idea of but she was talking about relationships, men and women, right? But we already know the cornerstone of the nation is the family. We know, right? So we act like we have she said we act like, Charles Ali said the same thing. We act like we have the luxury of just being disagreeable for the sake of being disagreeable. We act like we got that luxury, right? Dr. Frances Cress Welsing being a clinical psychologist, right? So she used a sexual analogy with animals. There's a particular sexual position called what? Doggy style. Why? How animals copulate. Why? You know why, bro? Because even in the act of copulation, they both got to watch out for the enemy. See? Our prophet taught us what? Crazy. There's the least appearance of evil, there suspect the greatest danger.
Where there's the least
appearance of evil, there suspect the greatest danger. See? Yeah, we act like we got it like that, and we don't.
No.
We don't, people. You know, and I pray that none of us finds out the hard way.
Oh boy. The worst is yet to come. The worst is yet to come.
Yeah, the Quran of Mecca called it the shock of the hour. By the time, surely man is at loss.
Man is lost. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Call it the shock of the hour because you failed to call remembrance to thine aid.
Say it again, brother.
Yeah, you failed to call remembrance to your aid, and next thing you know, whoa, time got away from me. You escaped yourself. That's called vanity. And that's when the shock of the hour comes upon you. You're not prepared. Not prepared.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen. But see, this is what, in my humble opinion, right?
Yes, sir.
What we fail to do, especially amongst us as Asiatics in America, right? We fail to look at things from let me give a strategic standpoint.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying? Does the Navy wear the same uniform as the Army?
Thank you, brother. I'm glad you went there, Mo.
Does the Marines wear the same uniform as the Green Berets?
Sure don't.
But they all are fighting and working towards the same common cause.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact.
They don't even call them. Do you understand? They don't even call themselves the same thing.
Ain't that something? Shout out to our brother Ishmael-Bey. I see him in the chat.
Ishmael, as a matter of fact,
salute.
Let me say this. Honest to the chat, everybody in the chat. I know I can't see everybody. I'm working on this phone. Pardon me. We got Gnosis Key 1126. Peace to the Moors. Let me say this before I even get started.
Yo,
Super
that's
chat.
An ill name, Gnosis Key. That's a wild name.
Yes, sir. Let me say this before we start. Support the channel. You got questions? Super chat your questions. Super chat your questions. That's what we're going to be doing today. If you want your questions answered, super chat your questions because we're going to get into this presentation. And
Yes.
that's the only way we're going to even stop the presentation. Also, we have a goal set for 10 super chats. You get that? And we'll
We
do a
invite
question
somebody
and answer.
live.
Yeah, we'll bring somebody up live, whomever wants to come up live, ask questions.
Beautiful.
And that's what we'll do if we reach that goal.
Beautiful.
So allow me to J James 7. What is that? Yeah, Islam. We got Divine 777. I like 77.
7-7.
Word.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Islam. The Asiatic, peace.
Yeah.
Ishmael Bey, of course, man. You know, that's the
For
brother,
sure.
man. We got I don't even want to butcher that name. Mansur Billah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Yeah.
Assalam.
Mansur Billah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
They
Got
coming
John
in.
Smith.
Yes. They coming in, huh?
Yeah,
We
they
got
coming
critical.
Bro, the chat
Critical.
is lit already. It's
Yeah.
45 people in already. We ain't even got
Oh
started yet.
man.
in.
Yeah. Make the podcast. Islam Wars. John Smith. Islam. Oh yeah, I see y'all in here. Y'all up in the y'all in
Look
the
who
building.
just popped on. Look who just popped on.
Uh, Carry
One of the
on in
twin
there.
Peace.
Yeah. I call him one of the angels. That's one of the angels right there.
So,
Yes, sir. For sure. For sure. Yes, sir. Honest to the chat. We see y'all in here, man. Show us some love, man. Support the channel. You can hit that like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. And hit the like button. Hit the share button. Share to your social medias. Get us in this algorithm right quick. Let me see what them likes look like. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up.
Yeah. So brothers, you guys already know it's been a lot as of late, and I've been getting a lot of seeming. We know there's no such thing as random, right? There are no happenings, law governs all events, but seemingly random messages and inquiries over the past couple of weeks saying, "Yo, what's all of this?" And what's all of this oppositional energy between the nation and the Moorish Science Temple of America? Like what's the beef? Y'all beefing or right? And that kind of, for me personally, sparked why we're doing this presentation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it really did. We want to definitely address here, I'll just put it this way. In the Bible, the book of Job, right? There's the story that begins in the throne room of Allah, where Allah is on the throne and the angels are present. And guess who else is there too?
Yeah, the shaitan, the adversary.
And the part and I say this all the time, so forgive me, but nowhere in the story is anyone there surprised that Satan is there, is there?
No.
Ain't nobody surprised.
When the sons of God, I said, you go to the throne so that the Satan. Let's look at it, brother. Didn't the shaitan ask Allah for respite?
Oh yeah, that was in the same story in the Quran, right? He asked him for how would our brothers, shout out to Zion Lex, how would our brothers in our Hebrew brothers say it? He asked for a berashit. He asked for a period of time to do his thing. Right? He asked for a little section of time to get busy. That's what he did, and Allah granted it to him. You see? And then he said, I'm gonna go after, I ain't going after the ones out in the world, I got them already. I ain't worried about them. I'm going after the ones that say they with you. And Allah said, do your thing. I'll fill hell with you all.
That's a heck of a
I'll fill hell with you all. Right? But now, follow me on this, right? Allah sees Satan and he says, we already know, right?
Yeah. Where you going,
What did
Satan?
the higher self say to the lower self at one time when he met him?
Where you going, Satan?
Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Listen. 90% of the time, and I can't say 100% of the time because I'd be lying, but let's just say 90% of the time. 90% of the time when we're in our lower self, we swear on a stack of Bibles we're in our higher self. Because we fail to recognize, because of our passions, we fail to recognize we're actually in our lower self, right?
Yeah, because
now, there's
we
a small
feel
percentage of time where we know darn well we're in our lower self and we don't care.
Well, most of the time, Brother Sheik, what happens is, we seek to justify the actions of the lower self.
Yes.
So we'll say, nah, we're supported by the right.
Right. Well, we try to fool us. That's vanity. We escape from ourselves. Vanity. Right?
Yes,
vanity.
Yeah, we escape
all
from
is vanity.
But guess what? We do that enough. The Quran of Mecca says this: to those that persist in disbelief, we send a personal devil to them to lead them into further disbelief. In other words, you keep believing your foolery, you keep following your own foolery, you'll start to believe it yourself. That's called delusion. That's called
say it again.
See what I'm saying? You start to believe your own nonsense. Right? But back on this whole thing where Allah sees higher self sees lower self and says, where are you going, Satan? Follow me. That takes a degree of clarity and enlightenment to be able to point out your own lower self and say, where you going? Because usually, who wins that fight? Right. Yeah, usually who wins that one? We know.
Lord's not gonna take it every time. Hey, Mo, with a real smile.
Yo, brother, our brother is an angel for real, brother Carrie Linde, because he just said in the chat what I was thinking. Recently, I've seen this in the news, where they're talking about the highest, or I would say one of the highest levels, right, of intellectual excellence is metacognition, the ability to think about your own thoughts. The ability to think about your own thoughts.
But I mean, that's a reflection of the business of man.
A sense of his state is his first duty. So like I said, our prophet was a prophet.
Nothing is right.
This is a thought organization. He's teaching us how to think.
Yes, sir.
See?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's teaching us how
to think. And what that does is, make me ask the listening audience, how many times do you ask yourself why you're thinking about a certain thing?
Come on now.
For real.
Come on now.
Like why? Why? Not just acknowledging the fact that you are thinking that way, but why am I thinking that way?
But brother, even that, what you just said, let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it a beam with ourselves and with each other. Most of us, especially when we're in our passions, don't want the responsibility of even being able to think about your own thoughts.
There you go.
We want to give ourselves the wiggle rooms. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to be able to flip and bounce the truth a little something. See? Yeah.
You want to take the truth.
And again, let me be real. I'm not pointing at anybody but myself.
Oh man, me too.
Oh yeah,
okay?
Too, brother.
Now, let's just get that out the way. I ain't pointing at anybody but myself. See?
We got to be the observer, observing the one who thinks.
See, Brother Carrie Linde is about to take me all the way to the end of the presentation before we even get started.
And no, he not, because we're gonna slow you
Well,
down.
hold on. I'll just share it real quick because this is the thought how we ended our Sunday school earlier today. Chapter 3, instruction 7. Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires, is a reflection of the higher self. Stop right there. We won't go any further for a second. What's wrong with the reflection of the higher self? Absolutely nothing. And remember, we said reflection is what? Manifestation, projection.
Yeah.
Okay. But this reflection, there's a qualifier to it, is distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh. So it's like, follow me, people. You go to the fair, state fair, and you go into that little, the house of mirrors, and you get in that one mirror that makes you look like wavy gravy, right? Distorted. Imagine walking out of that place and the rest of your life imitating what you saw. You walking around like this. Come on. That's us. That's us. We see that reflection. We're like, oh, that's me right there.
Hey, but how about this though, Sharif? How about the fact of this? How often have you? I ain't even gonna say how often. Have you ever seen your face?
Brother, ain't nobody watching this right now that has ever seen their own face. How about that? You have never seen your own face. And I'm glad you went there, bro, because that takes me to the next step, right? All you've seen is what? A reflection.
A reflection.
You ain't never seen your own face with your own eyes. Ever. Think about that, people. Ever. Woo! Can we see him? Now I'm jumping ahead. Hold on. Follow me. So our work, see, in another school of thought, okay. Let's go back to the instruction. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires is a reflection of the higher self. Stop. Well, if it's a reflection of the higher self, who's doing the looking? Who's doing the looking?
You gotta be an observer for there to be a reflection.
The observer is Allah.
Absolutely. And what part of yourself is that?
Hold on. What? Right, now watch. Reflection. Why do I say Allah? Because the higher self is Allah in man, right? All right. So watch this. That demonstrates a relationship, the exact relationship between Allah and his creation. Because creation is what? A reflection. Creation is manifestation, right? It's a projection.
Allah looking at himself in the mirror.
Is his own mirror.
But
and man is what? The crown of his creation. Now watch this, right? What happens when we clean off the distortions of the mirror? You have a perfect, pristine reflection of the higher self. That is the difference between man, truth, and false, strangely mixed, and man as truth. That's the difference between Jesus before he came out of the wilderness and Jesus after. Because it says, and in the what? Consciousness of holy breath.
Of the holy breath.
He wasn't the same Jesus that went in the wilderness. He wasn't the same one. Right? So I'm going to conclude with this on that point. What is the difference? What are we dealing with in manifestation? See, manifests do what? Change. And change is measured by what? It's a 4-letter word.
Time.
Bingo. So the process of us cleaning up the distortion and the dust off our mirror is dependent on time. In other words, Allah's image to himself is forming in the mirror. And that is the work on the trestle board. That's what the lower self is.
Mm. And it goes back when, and the beautiful thing is that Elijah Muhammad, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, dealt
Yes.
with the subject of time because he defined it as time is how long it takes to get from one point to the next.
Time
Motion.
justifies manifestation, people.
Mm-hmm.
Who taught us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the prophet taught us that. Elijah Muhammad
Yes,
taught
sir.
it as well, theology of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we heard it on a movie, Lucy, remember?
Mm.
With the car
Time
demonstration.
justifies manifestation. What'd you say, bro?
With the car demonstration.
With the car demonstration. Yep, it keeps going.
Yeah,
The
keep
faster
going.
it goes, it becomes invisible to your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What does that represent in our teachings? Raising your thoughts to infinite wisdom. Raise the vibration.
And then let's think about it. In the Holy Quran, it talks about belief being lost in faith.
Lost.
It doesn't say that it doesn't exist anymore, but
Exactly.
it's so finely blended with what you know that you can't distinguish the difference.
And you know what else it is, dear brother? I'm glad you brought that up too. Faith is the surety of the omnipotence of Allah and man. Let's start right there. Allah and man are one. That's the surety. Then it says the certainty that man will reach deific life, which also recognizes the honest fact that we fell. Right? So if all is one, the only time you realize that is when you get past the previous degree. So you step on belief, okay, belief's there. Then when you step to faith, look back, you don't see no step for belief no more. How about that?
Correct.
Matter of fact, then when you step to fruition, you look back, you don't see a ladder at all.
But then after that, the prophet still calls back to say for those who believe that their conditions can be better.
Yes.
So you gotta always be, you gotta, that I call it this. You must always be humble.
There you go, brother.
Because I hear many people say, no, I don't believe no more. I'm a knower. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. But never raise thyself too high for fear of falling.
Brother, thank you. You know what? How did this? I can't remember who said it, but I love it. They said this to me a long time ago. They said belief is not a thought the mind possesses. Belief is a thought that possesses the mind. When you first saw your wife or significant other, you believe she was yours. So much so that what'd you do? You got busy.
No, you so much so that you knew that she was yours.
You got busy, right? You
got busy.
So you know when somebody believes something, they're in motion on it. They're in motion on it. You know, they ain't got to tell you. They ain't got to tell you. You can see it.
No, sir.
So when people talking a hole in your head about belief, that means they ain't even reached it yet.
Oh, Lord, wait a minute. It's 83 people in here?
Yeah.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That means, but think about it. When somebody's talking a hole in your head about belief, they ain't even reached belief yet. They're just trying to convince you.
No need to convince me, sir.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Over here, we vote with our feet.
Yes, sir.
We vote with our feet. That's what we do.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You know, let me see you get busy. That'll tell me you on the degree of belief.
Absolutely.
Let me see what your hands are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, where your feet lead you.
Right. See what I'm saying? That'll let me know if you won't believe.
Absolutely.
The proof of
honest and gratitude for the super chat. We got brother R. Bailey Yale, $2 super chat. Honest and gratitude. He says Islamism, peace and love, Muslims. Honest and gratitude, dear brother. Honest and gratitude.
Also, Mo, that's that proof of that messiahship as well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Don't. Right. Don't spook me out with the. Oh, I gotta perform miracles. Nah.
Hey, yo, brother. Being that you said it, the proof of the messiahship, right?
Yes.
It makes me ask, it makes me ask one. When we speak about the proof of the Messiahship, you know, is this proof for you or the outside world?
Ooh, brother,
Mm.
brother, it's
That's a
for
deep.
the outside world. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's for them. Like we talk about titles and stations, right? For
Mhm.
Hmm.
me, or for the person who holds it, or it's been conferred upon, it's only to show you the direction and the degree to which you are to serve others.
Hmm.
Now, when
Hmm.
somebody's now when it's conferred, it's because people either want you to serve in that way or you already been doing so and they recognize it.
Mm. Mm.
See?
Mm. Mm.
Like
But
for
check
instance,
this out, though.
in
Uh,
Chinese
Hold on,
martial
hold on.
arts, right?
Hmm.
We follow the Prophet Confucius principle of social structure. So there's titles like Sifu. No man gives himself the title Sifu. You know what Sifu means? Essentially, it means adopted father. That's what it means. So those of us that got children, we don't call ourselves dad. Our children do.
Yes, absolutely,
See?
absolutely. But then again, allow me to direct the thought possibly in a different directions, right?
Yes, sir.
Did not Jesus ask, "Do I have the strength
Yes.
to
Yes.
overcome?"
And
So it's
because you know,
also
go ahead.
it's also there to show you something.
Yes. Yes.
Because guess what? Have I listen to ask yourself a question is to inspect yourself.
Tell me about it, brother. It's to
If I
recognize.
ask,
Go
yes,
ahead. No,
sir.
go,
There
go,
you
go.
go.
I want to hear it. Go,
There you
go.
go. Yeah, yeah. It's to inspect yourself. When
Yes.
you inspect something, what you do is you check every component of the particular thing in which you're inspecting. You don't inspect just one component of it. This is an inspection. Have you ever like I do janitorial and maintenance work, right?
Yes, sir.
So every month we have what is called a facility inspection, right? And
Yes.
every week each kitchen has a kitchen inspection. When I go in that kitchen and inspect the kitchen, I don't go in there just to look at the sink and walk out.
Right.
And when I do a facility inspection, I'm not just going to check the processing center to make sure it's working properly. No, I
Right.
inspect the entire building.
Yes, sir.
So to ask yourself, do I have the strength
Mm,
to overcome?
mm,
Mm-hmm.
It's looking
mm.
at it's you taking an honest look at who you truly are. So just as we gain these titles, it's
Yes.
our duty to reflect the responsibilities and the definition or the essence of the title to the
Yes.
outside world. Why?
Yes.
Because man needs a pattern for their life.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go, brother. That's right. Establish unto thyself what? Principles of
Principles of
action.
action.
That's right,
There you
brother.
go.
That's right.
Praise be to Allah.
That's right. See, listen, listen. First of all, one day, Brother Jarvis Hill, me and you gonna get on this show. The brother created the show. We're gonna get on this show and we're gonna be the hosts. And we're gonna quiz that guy.
No, you're
Because
not.
we
No, you're
need our
not.
lessons too, don't
No,
we?
you're
See?
not.
he I don't think that brother
We gonna
brain so
question that
much.
guy. Nah, because we all learn from each other, right? Like
Oh
in
yeah.
our additional
Absolutely.
laws, right?
Absolutely.
Every member exercises
Absolutely.
5 cents. We don't know who Allah is gonna send his message through.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
we don't know who
Praise
he's
be
gonna
to
send it
Allah.
through, right?
But that's why Allah has given us all a particular angle and perception of
There
this
you
truth.
go. There you go. There you
mm-hmm.
go.
You know,
That's a fact.
because in the Quran it says that Allah is a universal creator.
Universal.
What
Universal.
does universal? What does universal mean?
And what part of universal don't include everything? See, All right, y'all, let's
Hey,
get
guess what,
started,
bro?
man, because we'll be on here
Yeah.
relating with each other, and the audience sitting there like, look, people, like,
Look, people,
They
where's
enjoy
the
it.
presentation?
They enjoy the bill, Mo. They enjoy the bill. Can I get
We
7
started.
if y'all enjoy the bill?
Yeah.
there you go. That's
Put
right.
7
some sevens in the
enjoy
chat.
the bill.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You
before
know,
we get
let's,
started,
let's,
I gotta shout my brother out. See, show him what we're working with. See the shirt, people, right?
boy, that's one of the favorite joints. I
Yeah,
need
my
one of
brother
those.
Sin Martinez. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn stand up. Sin Martinez of Afro Brutality. Y'all check him out. Brutal.
Oh
What are we
yes,
brutal
sir.
to? We're brutal to our lower self.
Got to be.
We brutal to our lower self. That's right.
We have to be. We
Absolutely.
have to be. Because guess what though? I ain't never heard of pros not being brutal in war. This is a very beautiful thing. It's a very
Brother,
brutal thing.
we're Muslims.
Yes,
We're
sir.
commanded to fight in the way of Allah. What do we fight? Our lower self.
hmm
Yeah, we're
And,
commanded to
and
fight.
we fight, and we fight outside forces when transgressed upon.
Listen, like we were saying earlier, devil is just a projection of our lower self.
Facts.
That's it.
And
That's
for
it.
every new level, there's a new devil.
New level, new devil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a major statement when you first told me that one. I was like, whoa, new level, new devil.
New level, new
Wow.
devil. That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Here we go,
Here
people. A
we go.
Muslim perspective. And notice how it starts. A Muslim perspective. Because, of course, the other part of the title is kind of provocative. More Science Civil America versus Nation of
hmm
Islam, NOI versus MSTA.
hmm
Automatically, it takes our mind to what? Oppositional thinking. Oh, it's beef, right? Oh, they're gonna do
Yep.
they're gonna do adversarial compare contrast. You know what? Because that's what other people are doing.
I like this. I like that.
We ain't other people.
It's
But
both
you
and.
know, in all honesty, can we call that Islamic thinking?
Nope. And that's why it starts with a Muslim perspective. This is not going to be a long presentation. I mean, the conversation may go long, but the PowerPoint slides ain't going to go that long. We don't. You only need a few to tell the truth.
That's it.
You ain't gonna have to tarry. You don't got to tarry on the coast.
That's right. You only need a few.
hmm
All right, next slide.
hmm
Next slide.
Let's go. Let's go. Look you and these graphics.
Every
He make
time.
the simplest thing look so decent, right?
Praise the Lord. All right. Muslim
Dang,
perspective
look at that.
defined.
Look at
What
that. My Islamic
is
thinking.
Islamic thinking? Yeah, brother, I know. What is Islamic thinking? So the word Islam, right? In the Arabic
hmm
language, most of the words, the words all come from either 3 or 4 letter roots.
hmm
So the root sin lam mim is the root for the word Islam, for salam, for Muslim, etc. It's all the same root. It does not mean submission. The root sin lam mim implies completeness, wholeness, oneness.
Submission is the means by which you obtain such.
You got it. You got it. I like how Aleister Crowley said it. Aleister Crowley, in his book 4, right? Also in Magic Without
hmm
Tears, he gives the scientific definition for magic. He gave the definition of Islam. He said, the scientific definition of magic is to cause change and conformity to one's will. He said, the scientific method of going from one room to another, magical method from going from one room to another is turning the doorknob. That's what he said. Then he said, but to will anything other than the supreme will is to wander further away from it.
Mm.
Woo.
Whoa.
Woo. He said, to fail to surrender your puny individual will to the will of the divine is black magic. That's what he said.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
what he said. Then he took it a step further. He said, most people don't have a will. They only have sets of wishes. One contradicts the other, and at death they cancel each other out. He also said this, the act of submitting your puny individual will to the will of the divine is such a simple act that to our complex thinking is near impossible. Thus, training is necessary. You have to practice submission.
Facts.
Islam is
practice submission.
Islam
and as
is
7 said, that is the approach to oneness. The Hindu brothers, our brothers in India, say it like this: we don't go up to God, you go down to God. People say, whoa, what you talking about? What you talking about? Here it is. They explained it this way: God is already there. You just added all this extraneous stuff on top of it. You got to peel that away. What do we call that? Purity.
Sincerity.
Yes, sincerity. That's what we call that.
The sincere desire to know.
Yes. Yes. See? So we say Islam means peace, but let's describe what we mean by peace. In Freemasonry, we have something called the 47th problem of Euclid.
Euclid.
And without getting into the crazy details, one of the lessons in the 47th problem of Euclid is that the solution to any problem, because a problem is what? Oppositional duality.
Reconciliation of opposites.
Reconciliation of opposites. Resolution of opposites. It's in the midpoint. The midpoint.
The straight way, the middle path.
The al-mustaqim, brother, exactly. So, resolution of opposites means what? Oneness. No more duality. Oneness. That's why I said it describes peace in a what? Mathematical way.
Harmony.
Yes.
Reciprocity.
Yes. So we want to begin to think the whole science of alchemy, the ancient science of alchemy, that the Western world, up until very recently, said was pseudo. Until the advent of quantum mechanics, and now you've got particle colliders and things like that that allow us to actually see lead turn into physical gold. Okay. Okay, let's just call that what it is. But in Islamic thinking, alchemy was a logical, the science of transmutation was a logical outcome. Why? Because all manifestation is just a what? Reflection of the one. See?
Absolutely.
All manifestation is just a reflection of the one. So lead is just one reflection. Gold is another. See?
Like they said, there's an ether exchange.
Conditions change, brother. There you go. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you have to know cause and effect, and you work with cause, you get a different effect. But if you're just working with effect, you're just waiting for the ethers to change on their own or without your volition, and then you're just following along.
Yep.
See, it's the failure to know the difference between truth and falsehood, between what is permanent and what is temporary.
Yeah.
See,
the difference
the failure to know the difference between the two.
The difference.
And that is a common underlying theme throughout the prophet's literature.
Yep, and that's the difference between.
I thought we were talking about MSTA versus NOI. We are, but we have to begin with the Muslim perspective. We have to begin with orienting you into the Muslim way of thinking.
Super chat your questions. If you got questions, super chat.
Absolutely.
Support the channel.
Absolutely. So at the bottom of the slide, it says, in summary, Islamic thinking is a mode of thought wherein the thinker seeks commonalities over differences. Let me repeat that. In summary, Islamic thinking is a mode of thought wherein the thinker seeks commonalities over differences. So when you have somebody that looks like us with a fez or a turban or has a pin or says they're a Muslim or a Moslem, and they are, I don't care who they are, and I don't care what organization they could purport to be a part of. If they're highlighting differences over commonalities, they are not who they say they are.
100%.
And I stand on that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what organization you say you're a part of. You say you're a Muslim or a Moslem, and you highlighting differences over commonalities, you're not who you say you are.
Mm.
You're not who you say you are. See, what we're talking about now is why, follow me, the European scholars all lauded and applauded our forefathers in the medieval era in Islam. Why? Because through Islamic thinking in that day, we could have truly cosmopolitan societies. That's how Christians, Jews, and others could live in harmony together. Because we recognize that if you recognize the oneness of God and the brotherhood of humanity, you qualify as a Muslim, regardless of how you're practicing it, as long as your practice reflects the unity.
All of these were Muslims.
Thank you. See?
Yeah.
But we lost that when? Or Islam lost that when? In the modern era. The Islamic reformist movement. You all did a show on it recently about the whole Salafism thing and the Wahhabism thing.
Oh, bro, you talking about I got some hate mail about that.
Oh, well. Because think about it. Because of the Islamic modernist reformist movement, because of that, Islam is no longer looked at as a factor of unification. No. Now it's looked at as being myopic and separatist.
Who got
is it not Islam that united the whole of Arabia?
Listen. That's the number one reason why the Euro West feared, loathed, and despised dark olive skin and Islam being together, because that's what unified Africa in the Medieval.
Africa.
Like it or not.
And it's still unifying. And it's still unifying in the day in so many ways.
Still to this day. That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Who backed the modernist? You know, who was one of the major backers of the reformist movement?
The British government.
British intelligence. Look up a man named T.E. Lawrence. They made a movie about him, Lawrence of Arabia. And then shout out to Brother Wesley Muhammad, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who later cultivated it even further. Our CIA did. Take it or leave it alone. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. We lost how to. So you got people that say they're Muslims, but they're not practicing Islamic thinking.
So they got put to sleep.
So they're just wearing, you know, they got an empty card Krishna.
They're wearing the uniform.
It just looks like it.
Krishna's not there.
Krishna's not there. It just looks like it. See?
Look like a lie. It looked like a lie in your heart, but hey.
How about that? It just looks like it. See?
But really, what looks like it when we know we can't see him?
There you go. There you go.
Now
all right, next slide.
Character, my people, character.
To the point we just made. This is the prophet's words, and this is for all those who don't know any better. Now you know. Act 4 of the additional laws. All members are making a public speech must not use any assertion against the American flag, nor speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's what the prophet said. That's the prophet's laws. That's the prophet's laws. You out here talking crazy about other organizations in a public setting. All right. We know who you're not representing. We know who you're not representing. That's that. You take that how you want to take it. Don't argue with me, argue with the prophet.
And they're gonna make that card flip in their pocket, ain't it?
I promise you it will. I promise you it will.
Look at the mo.
You know,
that card gonna flip.
Yeah. This just is what it is, people. It is what it is. See, we accepted those teachings. And because of that, we do what? Separating, categorize. Oh,
even when the Holy
Spirit, I'm a Hebrew. I'm not a Muslim. Oh, we beefing.
Even
oh, I'm a this and you are that. Oh, we beefing. What?
No way.
when we look at it like this, brother, right?
Yes.
When we look at it in the fact that, because see, what happens is many people identify themselves, especially within these particular schools of thought, by tradition and custom, right?
Yeah, you being nice, bro. We gangbang.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Gangbang.
we gang. Unfortunately, so what happens is many people will never look at the fact that Jesus didn't pray 5 times a day.
But all
Even
of Islam honors him as a righteous Muslim. Abraham sacrificed animals. All of Islam recognized him as a righteous Muslim. So what custom alters not the nature of truth? Again, it goes back to, can you see cause behind effect, or can you just see effect? Most of us just can only see effect. It's just like the whole Zen Buddhism story of the teacher pointing at the moon and then him getting pissed off at his students because the students are looking at his finger instead of where his finger is pointing. That's most of us.
Whoa.
That's what causes division, people. Taking expression for the essence. Expression is temporary. Expression's a manifest. And see, those of us that are students of Prophet Drew Ali should know better because it's spelled out. Shout out to our brother Khalil Allah, right? We were having a conversation a few days ago, myself and Sheikh 7, and we should be able to see cause over effect. If we can't, that's what he said. He was talking about the teachings. He was making a comparison. Now, mind you, he's a member of the Nation of Islam. He was making a comparison. And we remember what he said, Sheikh 7? He said, man, y'all kind of don't got no excuse in the more sides of America because the way Prophet Drew Ali gave it to y'all was plain. Ain't no allegory, really. It ain't cryptic. It's not cryptic. It's plain. Yeah. He said, y'all really don't got that got no excuse. Shout out to my brother Orel Muhammad. You need your listen, I bear witness. That brother did perform some miracles in my credit. You see him in the chat, Orel Muhammad, man. Get at him. Get at him. You need your business funded. You need your business funded. You better talk to him. I'm telling you.
C quiz. I hope you stay. I'm talking about C quiz in the comment section. I hope you stay to the end. I hope I hope that we meet that goal of 10 super chats.
So we can pull right?
So you can pull you up on camera and make you famous. We're gonna make you famous.
For sure.
Yeah, he talking in that chat, boy.
I'm just letting them know we're gonna make you famous. So if you want, you could go ahead and put in 9 extra super chats, so we can go ahead and cook you. We can go ahead and cook you.
Praise Allah. All right, next slide. Again, we're still dealing with thinking and our thinking. Here we go. No, go back. Here we go. Yep. There we go. I'll need all of you to pay very close attention to this. Very close attention. Look at the graphic on the right side of the slide. We're talking about the difference between what is true and what is truth. See? There's 3 things there that are true, although they're all 3 of them look and appear radically different, don't they? They look and appear radically different. But all 3 are true. but they are not the truth. They are not the truth. Doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make them wrong. They're true.
True and truth don't mean something that's true at this moment in time. True is there you go. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
That's
go
right.
Ahead,
they
bro.
don't mean the same, but it doesn't negate the fact that each one of them is true, despite the fact that they do not appear to be the same. Remember what you were saying earlier, Sheikh 7? Unity doesn't mean uniformity. How about that?
It doesn't.
But for those of us, so let's look at the square and say that that's the Moorish sign symbol of America. Let's look at the triangle and say that that's the Nation of Islam. Let's look at the circle and say that that's our brothers, the Hebrew Israelites. If all three of us, if all three groups are able to see the intangible shape floating in the middle of space, then there's no argument with the fact that we all look different and sound different. Is there? But we know what we're doing? Taking our reflections as the truth. And now we gangbang. See it? What is truth? Truth is that which is permanent, unchangeable, immutability, but also guess what? Intangibility. Intangibility. We're gonna get to it. It's the essence of a thing. What is true? Expression of truth. Manifestation of truth, of permanence. An example of the idea. A reflection of the intangible. See? It's temporary. It's temporary. That is what we mean by truth and falsehood. Truth is what's permanent. We don't moralize it. Truth is what's permanent. Falsehood is a projection or a shadow from truth. The shadow depends upon the thing that casts it. But the thing that casts it doesn't depend on the shadow, does it? It can exist without the shadow, can it? Okay. See?
Like they say, just walk in the dark a little bit and you'll figure it out.
Exactly. How did our prophet teach it to us? The thoughts of Allah change not. The manifests unfold in the perfection of their kind. Know the difference, people. Know the difference. Can truth change? Truth can't change or pass away.
No.
Truth can't change or pass away. But guess what? Truth is an intangible thing. Now I know that's gonna ruffle some feathers. I know. We're gonna get to it though. We're gonna get to it. That's gonna ruffle some feathers. Next slide. Now we start to get to some of the good stuff. So we've got all that out the way, right?
Yep.
Islamic thinking. How to think about the topic. How to think about the topic. So before we even get to the details that you see on this slide, remember I said, okay, in the previous slide, go back to the previous slide real quick.
Oh man.
There it is. All right. So let's say one of the reflections is, because think about it, anything that's on a manifest is a reflection, people. That includes organizations. You hear me? Hopefully that don't hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if it does. Hopefully that don't hurt your feelings. Okay? But yeah, it's a reflection. It's a reflection. So pick one. One of these reflections could be the Moorish sign symbol of America. The other one could be the Nation of Islam. Yep, stay right there, brother. Thank you. So I want you to look at it that way. When you see the word Nation of Islam as an organization, when you see the phrase More Science Civil America as an organization, picture in your mind a reflection. And I can prove it very easily, and we're going to prove it with these comparisons. We're going to prove it with these comparisons. I made a short list. Remember, we talked about Islamic thinking is what? Islamic thinking is the proclivity of what? Of preferring and focusing on similarities over differences.
Mm-hmm.
I listen, I just made a very short list of 10 similarities, 10 striking similarities. See, let's ask this one question. I could say something that's true. Can that same true thing be expressed with different words or words that I didn't use? What's the answer?
Yes.
Absolutely. It can be expressed with different words and still convey the same true thing. See? You see the approach I'm coming with?
Mm-hmm.
Nation of Islam says, question out of student enrollment, who's the original man? Original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker of the only cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. If you're from the nation of gods and earths, you add the father of civilization, God of the universe. Some would argue that it originally said father of civilization. Fine. What's the similarity or the congruence in the more science symbol of America? Friday is a holy day of rest because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh. Mm-hmm. On a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended to his Father God alone. And that calls Friday's holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Bingo. Original man, first man. Let's go to the second one. I mean, we could do this all day, like, because there's a lot in these. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. There's a lot. Question number 2 in student enrollment. Who's the colored man? Colored man, the Caucasian white man is the Yakuz, grabs the devil, skunk of the planet Earth. That's what they say. Nation of Islam. Question 88, the More Science Civil America Quran questionnaire. What does the word colored mean? Answer: colored means anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. What does that mean? Something changed from the original. Isn't that the definition of grafted? Mm-hmm. All right. You see how simple this is? Number 3, self-creation of God in triple darkness. This is what's taught in the Nation of Islam, that God created himself, right? So that there were 3 stages of darkness rotating, but that the darkness was a substantive darkness. It wasn't nothing, right? It was a substantive darkness. In other words, virgin, unformed matter. And in the middle stage that was rotating, an atom of life sparked in the darkness. And over untold amount of years, that atom of life grew for itself a brain, and then a body, and then so on and so on, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What's that sound like, people? Those are students of Prophet Drew Ali. Sounds like chapter 1, creation of fallen man.
It sounds like
spirit plane of soul, plane of things
not vibrating.
How about that? And in
vibrating
the middle,
not so fast.
The plane of soul. So Allah, the husband of everything that is, cast forth the human seed where? Into the soil of soul, the middle plane. It grew apace, and man became a living soul, became Lord of all the kingdom of the soul, right? Mm-hmm. And then it says what? And then on the border, right? On the borderland of the plane of soul, this body beautiful took, or I'm paraphrasing, right? Took on a final garb, right? It says the perfumes, the essences, and the all of love, right? Matter of fact, let me just read it because I don't want to butcher it. Mm-hmm. Let me just read it. There it is. So the perfumes and odors and the true sensations of all of love were clothed in flesh, and man was clothed in flesh. Boom. There you go. Didn't say he was born of a woman. You seen the similarities, people?
Also, if you look at it like that, I'm gonna leave that for a later discussion. Yeah.
Number 4, Nation of Islam teaches what is God? Who is God? Man is God, right? Mm-hmm. chapter 2, instruction 18, the Holy Quran and Moorish Science Symbol of America. Teach them that Allah and man are what? One. But through carnal thoughts, words, and deeds, man tore himself away from Allah, debased himself. Boom. See? Question number 5. Number 5, Nation of Islam. Question number 4. Lost found Muslim lesson number 1. What is question number 4? See, I was speedballing. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. What's question number 4? Question number 4.
Which 1 to 10, 1 to 14? Which one?
Hold on. I got the wrong one. Actually, that should be I got that wrong. Or did I? Oh no. I didn't. Question number 4. I didn't get it wrong. Why did we run Yaqub and his made up from the root of civilization over the hot Arabian desert? Or the hot desert in the case of West Asia, as they're now call it Europe. What's the meaning of EU and ROPE? How long ago? What did the devil bring with him? What kind of life did he live? And how long before Musa came to teach the devil of the forgotten technology? Right. In our Quran questionnaire, question 69.
What people represent the Lord to itself?
Those who were cast out of the holy city and
those who accepted their
teachings.
And now we also know that Yaqub was known to have a disagreeable spirit.
How about that?
And those whom he took to assist him in his mission accepted his narrative, disagreed to accept it, and fulfilled the narrative, because you see what we got now.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? See that? All right, number 6. Question number 10 of the same lesson, lost found Muslim lesson number 1. Why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil? What is the duty of each Muslim in regards to 4 devils? What reward does a Muslim receive by presenting the 4 devils at one time? Right? Answer: because he is 100% weak and wicked, would not keep and obey the laws of Islam. His wages and actions are that of a snake of the grafted type. So Muhammad learned that he could not reform the devil, so he had to be murdered. All Muslims murder the devil because they know he's a snake, and also if he's allowed to live, he will sting someone else. You know the rest of the lesson. All right.
Absolutely.
Where do we have that? Chapter 7, instruction 13.
Demonstrate, Mo.
You answer well. What is man? Man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Man is the breath made flesh, and truth and falsehood are conjoined in him, and they strive, and naught goes down, and man as truth abides.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Remember, people, don't get caught up on effect. Use effect. Start with effect
and draw yourself to the source.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Start with effect to look at cause. So don't look at the difference in the use of words. Look at the meaning. Because we can express the same or a similar idea with different words, people.
You got a door. The Mexicans got what? La puerta.
Puerta. Nobody has an argument as to which word is right. Because you're pointing at the same thing. See? Pointing at the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
See that? Where we at? Question number 1, lost found Muslim lesson number 2. Who made Holy Quran and Bible? How long ago? And can you tell us why does Islam renew our history every 25,000 years? That's one of my favorite. I like that one. What do we say? Chapter
which
2,
one is that?
Instruction
Which one is that?
12. Holy Quran and the Moorish Science of America. We measure time by cycle age. And the gate to every age we deem a milestone in the journey of the race. There we go.
Who wrote Holy Quran and Bible? How long ago? And why does Islam renew its history every 25,000 years? Okay. Yep.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one. Question number 18. Lost found Muslim lesson Now, and again, these are just random ones that I just kind of pulled out of my head and just threw on the slide. We can give a whole lot more. But number 18,
Bro.
what is the duty of a civilized person? To teach the uncivilized people who are savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, and the science of everything in life. Love, peace, and happiness. Did I say 18?
Mm-hmm.
I meant 17. What is the meaning of civilization? One having knowledge, wisdom, understanding, cultural refinement, and is not a savage in the pursuit of happiness. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 26, Holy Quran of the Moorish Science, Temple of America, Instruction 10. Nevertheless, the attainment of virtue he accounteth as the highest learning, and the science of happiness is the study of his life. See how easy this is, people? See how easy it is?
Easy.
See how harmonious it is to seek where we agree as opposed to where we differ?
Facts.
Absolutely.
It's easy.
Absolutely. It's easy.
It's easy.
Very easy.
People. It's easy. All right, let's look at this one. Oh, this is interesting. Right? Especially those of us that came out of the 5% demonstration. I realized Muhammad taught about General Monk.
We got a General Muhammad.
Yeah, General Monk.
Yeah.
Why did you see? Where does this Monk come from? And we all know the story. You know how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught it. He said General Monk, right, was the general charged with driving, right, or well, you all know the story. You can look it up. And
it is finished.
But here's what's interesting, too. There's an article. I'm going to try to get you the article, brother, that comes out of Muhammad Speaks, where the author of the article was talking about General Monk, right? And guess what he said? They wore they carried swords and they wore flaming red fezzes. You know who wrote the article? Malcolm X.
Whoa. Ain't that something?
Well, what's really it's interesting because
let me get that.
He signed his name in the article. It says by Brother Malcolm Shabazz Allah. That's what it says in the article.
I'd like to read this article too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you, bro.
Please.
Yeah. Now, who's General Monk?
You just had 100 people in here. Great job.
that title got him, Mo.
Yeah. Who's General Monk? Our Quran questionnaire, questions 83 and 84. When was the head of Satan taken off? Answer.
1453.
By whom?
By Muhammad.
All right. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a period in the Ottoman Empire. We're talking about the overthrowing of Constantinople. The overthrowing of Constantinople. This was during the Holy Roman Empire, not the early Roman Empire where you had Caesars. Holy Roman Empire, we're talking about the church, the Catholic Church. And the city of Constantinople, named after Emperor Constantine, was a doorway to the Far East. Very key piece of real estate. Very key piece of real estate. And the man who took it, we say Muhammad, but the way it was pronounced is Mehmet, right? And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had a speech impediment. This is why he's okay. This is where we get Monk from.
Demonstrate, Mo.
Back in the day, listen, we even got the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, right, imitating the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's speech impediment back in the 70s. They would say the Holy Quran with a W.
Quran.
Because that's how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to say it, because of his speech impediment.
Even Supreme Minister John Muhammad says it that way. Said it that way.
Yes. Mehmet is Monk. And that was a key. That's what we get. Listen. We captured one of the military standards at Constantinople that day. Guess what it was?
What?
Standard of the crescent moon and star.
The who?
The standard of the crescent and star.
The standard of it.
It was
Demonstrate that.
They had on the flag. We took the flag. Where is that city today, people? Constantinople. What is it today?
Istanbul.
Istanbul, Turkey. That's a fact.
Istanbul, Turkey.
That's a fact. It's Islamic to this day. That's a fact. See?
Chief protectors.
Yes, chief protectors of the creed of Islam. Now, okay, let's go. So we were talking earlier about the reformist movement and how the reformist movement literally ended to a degree, or sought to end, nearly 1,400 years of classical Islam. You go to Istanbul, Turkey, you're going to see a whole bunch of Islamic relics that could not exist in Saudi Arabia. It's true. True. They couldn't exist in Saudi Arabia because of the reformist demonstration. That's the truth. Question number 2, student. Oh, now let's get into something real deep. Question number 2, student enrollment. Right? Who is the colored man? The colored man is the Caucasian white man, the Yakuza, grass, the devil, skunk of the planet Earth. That's what the Nation of Islam says. In our Quran questionnaire, because we're gonna end the similarities with this one and then get into the differences. Question 92 in our questionnaire. What title does Satan give himself? Answer:
God.
Right.
John Smith, honors and gratitude for the $2 super chat. He said, "Let's get them super chats in. I need to chat." Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Please,
Watch this.
Please heed that brother's instructions.
For sure. Watch this. Question 92, what title does Satan give himself? God. Question 93, will you define the word white?
White
means purity.
Purity means God. God means ruler of the land. Question 95, is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah? Answer:
No.
For what? Shadow. Our lower self.
Will pass away.
What did Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach about the black germ and the brown germ?
That one was dominant and one was
the flesh of the original man. You had 2 germs. And what did he do? He just externalized the brown germ. Remember what we said that devil is? A projection of our own lower selves. That's it.
And when age do we get to the lower self?
Woo! Right. Question. Is it 65? 65. What is the devil sometimes called? The lower self.
And what names were given to the children of Adam and Eve?
Oh yeah,
devil, dragon, and beast.
Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast. Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon. All right, next slide.
Hey, boy, you cooking.
You ain't gonna catch me in that one, brother. I already know what you was doing.
yeah. I tried to get it.
Well, you know what? You know what, bro? Let's bring that up again because we may talk about it. Why not?
All right.
Differences. Now, okay. Yeah. See, because people thinking, oh, you ain't gonna talk about different. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the differences.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? One of the things, even our Prophet Drew Ali said, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the same thing in more detail. Prophet Drew Ali said, why not try imitating the Europeans good?
Yeah.
What did Honorable Elijah Muhammad say? And I'm paraphrasing. He said, watch him. He makes no mistakes for his errors. He works in unified means. Come on. There's a lesson in Lost Trial lesson number 2. It talks about the rules and regulations that Yaqub laid down regarding. Listen, he didn't give his people no excuses.
He didn't.
Remember what we said in the beginning? We act like we have the prerogative of just being lackadaisical. We act like
When
we
the
have the
prophet
prerogative of not needing each other, working in an organized fashion.
Absolutely. When the prophet said, he took away all the excuses.
All the excuses. And the European don't give himself no excuses. Yaqub had a what idea? Determined idea.
A determined idea.
You think you're going to get by without having a collective determined idea?
His will was actively involved, wasn't it?
Actively, brother. He had a will. He knew what will was. How about that? How about that? He knew what a will was. See? He sure did. Yes, he knew what a will was. Yes, so let's talk about some of these differences. And one of the things we're going to find out with these differences, people, is that they're only differences on the surface for the most part. And they're only differences in perspective. Let me give you guys an example. A martial arts example. Okay? A martial arts example. In Chinese martial arts, they have what we call external martial arts and internal martial arts. External is what you can see. Internal is what you can't see. And we're not talking about anything spooky or mystical. Why? Because, okay, I'm going to give you a quick example, right? Hold your own hand up and punch it. Okay, cool. Now, think of something that really pissed you off. Really pissed you off. Now punch it. Oh, why was that second punch that much harder? Because something intangible was added to the physical. That's why. It wasn't nothing spooky about it, was it? Wasn't nothing spooky about it. So, when we say in Chinese martial arts, external and internal, you're talking about points of references in where you begin your training. Where are you supposed to end up?
In the middle.
That's where you're supposed to end up. See that? But if I'm just stuck here on external, I'll be in great shape, but I'll have limits to my ability. If I started with internal, I have great ideas, but no material accomplishment. Sound familiar?
Faith without works is dead. And he who gaineth the whole world, woe to the man who gaineth the whole world
an issue
and lose his soul.
To this point, and I'm talking to members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm talking to those who say they're students of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Listen, people, listen, and I mean this in love. Stop doing the compare contrast with the Nation of Islam like they owe you something. Stop it. Stop swagger jacking. You hear me? Stop it. Like, yo, we gotta, and I say we because, listen, we got to stop that. We got to stop it. Let's just say, follow me for a second, for argument's sake, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad got everything from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let's just say for argument's sake. Matter of fact, I'm going to relate an actual incident that happened. Years ago, my brother, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, called me and said, listen, this particular person who has a podcast, this was years ago, a long time ago, had a show. Said, they invited me on the show. I said, okay. He goes, brother, I think they're going to try to ambush me, though. What do you think? How do you think it's going to go? What do you think is going to happen? I said, brother, I'm going to tell you what, I don't know this person, but I can almost guarantee you, you're going to get asked this. Will you, as a member of the Nation of Islam, acknowledge that Prophet Noble Drew Ali came before the Nation of Islam and brought Islam to America? He said, oh, that's it? I said, yeah. He said, all right. I listened to the show. Sure enough, that's exactly what the sister asked him. Let me tell you how he handled that.
Yeah.
She said, are you willing to admit on this show that Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the founder of Islam in America and it came before the Nation of Islam? Let me tell you how my brother Wesley Muhammad answered. He said, first off, no, she said Noble Drew Ali. He said, first off, that's Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And we recognize him as a prophet. And yes, he is the founder of Islam in America. And we in the Nation of Islam honor him for that. In the public pamphlet called Supreme Wisdom, there was 1 and 2 little pamphlets about Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, this is what Dr. Wesley Muhammad was saying. He quoted Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, basically he was talking about, he gave honor to Marcus Garvey and Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He said, both of them are fine Muslims. He said, those who follow them should now follow me because I'm just continuing what they started. That's what it says in the pamphlet, and that's what Dr. Wesley Muhammad quoted. But then he said this, and I bear witness, this is what he said, that from our perspective, based on what I just said, the greatest expression of Prophet Drew Ali's teachings can be found in the Nation of Islam. Shut that sister up. Shut her up. You hear me? You hear me? Because you know what we're doing? And this is me. This is a loving critique, and it's on me too. So let's say for argument's sake, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad got everything from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What do they got to show for it and what we got to show for it? See, you know what we end up doing? Having Moorish conversations and reminiscing. And then we see them with restaurants and businesses and all this other stuff, and we say, but you got it from us.
Anybody who ever been incarcerated and heard all the war stories know exactly what he's talking about.
Hold on. But, you know, and even members of the Nation of Islam and Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan warned them of this because this expands to the nation too when it comes to the European. Oh, the white man is the devil. Guess what the European says? And especially now, he's like, yep, sure am, but look at where you are, look at where I am. See? But back on us in the Moorish Science of America, students of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we are now tasked with demonstrating love and fidelity for our founder the way that the nation does for theirs. And if we ain't doing that, we need to shut up and get busy. Like I said, remember we went back about belief? Remember we went back about that? See, if you truly believe, we can see it. We can see results of the belief.
Honest and gratitude to creator the boundless universe. Yes, what is the nature of Ataturk? And did he mandate a prohibition on the wearing of fez?
Yeah, but that prohibition only applied to his subjects in Turkey because he was modernizing. He was modernizing. Talking about Mustafa Kemal. That's right. A little bit of history, a little bit of side history. That's where Lomax Bey went to, and that's who Lomax Bey appealed to when he got up out of Detroit and got up out the country in 1929, 1930.
I want to address something.
Say it again,
I want to address something. I want to address something that I see in the chat, and this is the only time I'm gonna do this.
Go ahead, brother.
Other than the C quiz guy. Brother, it's a Detective Eric Johnson-Neal says John Poole had a lot to say about the prophet and the smellers. First and foremost, John was only speaking thereof of what Master Father Muhammad was reported to have said. Right. So I don't want you to put that on John Muhammad. We got to give that statement to whom is properly credited for. And I've heard one say that Elijah said that, and Elijah didn't say that. That was the Master Father Muhammad.
Now, I want to speak to that too. The whole thing where they said Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't know enough Islam to save our people, and he was just a smeller of Islam, as if to say he didn't know enough Islam. He said in some of them it said that, he didn't know enough Islam. That's why he couldn't save our people. Remember, Let's just go back to it. Noble Drew Ali said he was what? A prophet of Allah, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do prophets do? Prophesy. What is prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
Foretelling. How does that relate
Mm-hmm.
to time? He's not, when he was speaking in 1928, he wasn't talking to the people there. He was talking to us now.
Mm.
So the jury's still out as to whether he knew enough Islam or not. How about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna say this: when it comes, I mean, if we're gonna look at it that way,
Yes.
I don't see where he's off the mark either.
Right. Right.
Show me where
What do
he's
you mean? What do you
wrong.
mean?
I don't see where the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has missed the mark yet.
Oh, no, brother, listen. This is 2026. We can do a whole show on just the prophet's prophecies related as it relates to just this year. And if you're like, wait a minute, those ain't even they don't even count as prophecies in 2026. They count as what? Headline news. Headline
Absolutely.
news.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? That's another show,
Mm-hmm.
by the way. We can do
Yeah,
that.
that is.
It's
Yeah, we could
headline
definitely
news
do that.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
In other words,
Mm-hmm.
he said what he said back then. We have to wait for time to catch up. How about that?
Mm. That's why the prophet's so far ahead of us, bro. He
That's the
always in
benefit of
front.
having a prophet. You have foreknowledge. And now watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Our Hebrew brothers who practice Hebrewisms, we commonly call Judaism, they call it pious deeds. Follow me. What is the definition of pious deeds? Doing what you are divinely instructed to do, even when you don't know why.
Mm. Mm.
It's like the story of Al-Khidr and Musa. Musa
Mm-hmm.
didn't have pious deeds. He could
Mm.
not go along with what Al-Khidr was doing. He kept questioning it. See?
Mm.
See?
Mm.
Yeah, he kept questioning. He didn't have pious deeds. We're instructed to be pious. You do what you're instructed, even when you don't know why.
Mm. Mm.
See?
And then when you and that's the beauty about being involved in secret orderisms too, is
Yes.
because you go through a lot of things that you have to submit to that you don't understand the meaning of, nor the substance of, until
Correct.
after you've gone through the experience.
You got to go through the experience. And let's keep it a buck. Sometimes, let's just be real. Just be real. Sometimes you're just a time capsule to pass it on.
That's it. That's it.
How about that?
That's it.
In other words, time tells many of us, or has told many of us, that that's all we were. And praise the Lord for that.
Absolutely.
You were just meant to pass it on to somebody else.
Be good. Be good with be content with the good that is in you.
Within your reach.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into some of these differences, people. Like I said,
go.
for the most part, most of these differences are just difference in perspective.
Absolutely.
But you have to have the conversation. And prerequisite, you have to understand your own teachings first before you can even have the conversation intelligently.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely.
Low-level thinking argues on differences in effect. Higher-level intelligence discusses cause. That's a fact. So let's talk about identity perspective. Here we go. Does the Nation of Islam teach about nationality? Yes. Teaches about the qualities and principles, but it doesn't say we're Moorish Americans. But it does teach on the qualities and principles of nationality. You look how they move. Right? Do they teach about a particular identity? Yes. People say, well, black. Okay.
They say Asiatic.
We're what? The lost tribe of
Shabazz.
Right. Now, something again, our brother Khalil Allah said that I have to respect. He said a lot of how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught was somewhat cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have to dig
But
a little.
that's what prophets and messengers do.
That's fact. Now, so when we say Shabazz, what do we mean by Shabazz? Now, I'll let the nation deal with that one, because that's their study, and they can go into it very deep. I'm not gonna. I won't touch that per se. I'll just speak briefly. Shabazz relates to Sabbath, Shabbat.
Mm.
Right. So what do we mean by so what does that mean? 7, right? How many days?
How many days
are in the circle?
7.
How many days are in a creation?
7.
According to science, how many days are in a year?
7.
In other words, what are we talking about? We're talking about how original man counts time. Because the way he counts time on the manifest has to reflect his nature, his true nature, which is what? Eternal.
Our forefathers measured time by circulating.
There you go. So the way we measure time has to reflect the fact that we know that there's no beginning or end to man. So we're talking about so the reference to 7, Shabbat, Sabbath, Sheba, Shabazz, the reference to 7 means the completion of a cycle. Meaning we're at the stage where man is to make the next step in his evolution on the manifest. See that? It says, we talk about it in our literature, right? It says what? We measure time by circulating and the gate to every age redeem a milestone in the journey of the race. And age it passed. The gate unto another age flies open at the age touch of time. This is the preparation age of soul, the kingdom of Emmanuel of Allah in man. That was what? The previous age, 2,000 years ago. Well, if that was the preparation age, maybe this is the fulfillment age.
Remember, this says fulfillment of the prophecy.
There you go. There you go. And I'm glad you brought that up, because there are instructions to the supreme wisdom lessons. And one of those instructions, it talks about speaking the language in past, present, and future tense. And then those instructions, it says that those members, the believers in the nation, must show and prove at all times that the lessons they received are the fulfillment of the prophecy. Sounds like chapter 48, the end of time, and the what?
Fulfilling of the prophecies.
Listen, we're talking about differences, and it seems like we can't get away from the similarities, huh?
Hey, Mo, that's interesting that you bring that up, because I don't know if everybody been watching, but they said there's a fight on identity now.
Come on now.
There's a fight on identity.
Again, I'll probably listen. Man. It's so crazy, right? When you think you practicing something outmoded and antiquated until the time catches up to what you were practicing. And you realize that you were ahead of the fashion, you were ahead of the trend the whole time. The trend had to catch up to you.
Facts.
Ain't that something?
That's powerful.
It is.
Colorism. We say black according to science means death. Nation of Islam says the original man is the Asiatic black man. That's one of the biggest points of contention right there. How do we address it again? On the surface, it looks like a point of contention. On the surface, it looks like a point of contention. Now, and maybe there still is a point of contention after we do some explanation and some exploration. So, that means we can't unify. That means we can't work together because we got a point of contention.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why. I don't see no issue.
What does the Quran of Mecca say about our differences? He'll settle them. Allah will.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So you be yours and me be mine.
There you go. See, we're to seek the unity regardless. How about that?
And Allah will be the judge.
Thinking is this, people. We've already gone over it before, but Islamic thinking is this: out of 100 things, 99 of them we disagree with. We
focus on the one thing.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're commanded to do as Muslims. If you're doing anything other than that, you already know what you ain't.
Mm. Mm.
And that's the truth.
Mm.
You already know what you ain't or what you ain't being. You are not being yourself.
Mm.
That's just the truth. See? So let's talk about it. The whole black thing. We know the word black is what? An adjective and not a noun. It describes. We know.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we maintain in the Moorish Science Temple of America? See, nationality is not law. Nationality is sociology.
Mm-hmm.
And the science of sociology, right? Hold on a second. Oh, my battery's about to die. And the science of sociology relates to what? The automation of a society, how societies come together and operate as a unit.
Absolutely.
As the Nation of Islam said, society advocate, or social means to advocate a society of men, a group of men for one common cause, right?
Social equality.
There you go. See? So, nationality and sociology is how people come together. That's why it is the foundation of mankind. It's the foundation of humanity. That's why. Because humanity is a singular collective.
Mm-hmm.
See? All right. So we know that and also too, Surah 49, Ayat 13. Surely we have made you, O man, from a single male and female into what? Nations, plural, and tribes. That you may know one another and not despise the other.
That's right.
Better watch it. See that? Better watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we say from our perspective, okay, what is your nationality? Moorish American. Why are we Moorish Americans? We're descendants of Moroccans born in America. Mm-hmm. Now, does that statement contradict or go against any of the teachings of the Nation of Islam? No. Doesn't. Now, does the answer to the student enrollment question number 1 contradict? On the surface, it seems like it does.
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at it.
It does seem like it does.
But hold on. Let's look at it strictly.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly from the English language usage. Mm-hmm. The original man is the Asiatic what? Black man. So it's used properly in the adjective term, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So black describes a condition, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The condition is what? Black according to science means what?
Death.
How about that? Aren't we suffering from mental death and power?
We're definitely asleep, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Both schools teach that we are suffering from mental slavery or mental death. Both schools teach that. So does blackness describe our people's collective condition? Yes. Is it an identifier from our perspective? No. Why? Because life does this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Life springs forth from what?
Death.
Life springs forth from blackness, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So in other words, we ain't supposed to stay dead. How about that? That describes the condition. See that? So we're just looking at it from a different perspective, people. That's all. Mm-hmm. That's all. Okay, Americanism. Nation of Islam talks about separation, right? Prophet Noble Drew talks about inclusion. He said, I'm going to help this government. Mm-hmm. On the surface, it looks like a point of contention, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
On the surface, it looks like a point of contention.
But can I add on?
Sure, please.
I remember in the teacher as I studied the teachers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he also spoke about the nation or the Asiatic nation
Yes,
receiving particular land where we could build our own, right?
yes, yes.
But the Holy Prophet also asked the Moors that we want our own town, our own alderman, our own police. You know what I'm saying? So they still had the similar vision.
I'm glad you brought that up, brother. See, a lot of people don't even. There's a lot of people in the Moorish Science of America that don't know that, but it's in the Moorish Guide newspapers. In the Moorish Guide
Absolutely.
newspapers in early 1929, the prophet ordered that a poll be taken of the members who
Hmm.
would be in favor of a Moorish town being incorporated with its own judge and sheriff.
Hmm.
If that ain't do for self, I don't know what is.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
See, if that ain't do for
Yeah,
self, I don't know what is.
absolutely.
All right, all right. See, so like I
And
said, on
that's
the
America. And
surface,
that's America. And if you look at if you look at e pluribus unum,
yes,
to do for self is the motto of America.
brother, exactly, exactly. The melting pot looks more like a salad than a soup.
Absolutely.
See, with a
There you go,
salad, I
man.
can clearly see the individual ingredients. That's why you have
Hmm.
German Americans, Irish
Hmm.
Americans, Mexican
Hmm.
Americans. You see?
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
See?
Yes, sir.
So again, on the surface, it looks like a point of contention. Not really. The prophet said he desires for us to return back to the state of mind of our forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
The state
Now the
of
question got to
mind
be
of our
asked: what is
forefathers.
that? What
Right?
is that? That's the next question.
We, as the clean and pure
You
nation,
know.
descendants from the inhabitants of Africa, do not desire to amalgamate or marry into the pale skinned nations of Europe, neither serve the God of their religion. Oh, there you go.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Like I
there you
said,
go.
only looks on the surface like a point of contention.
Hmm.
This last one here, perspective or point of reference on tangibility versus intangibility of deity. This is probably the biggest one. And this goes back, in my opinion, to what I said before about external martial arts and internal martial arts is just where you start.
Absolutely, bro.
That's all.
Absolutely.
The Nation of Islam tends to lean more towards what? Corporeality. The more science symbol of America tends towards what? Incorporeality.
Both of them explaining the other, though.
Ain't that something? And the point
Mhm.
is what? Emmanuel, Allah in man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the objective.
Because if you look at it, the teachings of the Nation of Islam, they do point towards a corporate reality, but they do it in a way to explain that which your senses can't, necessarily observe.
You got it.
And the more Science Temple of America, we start at the point of the things that you can observe and go down into the physical where we can acknowledge the ability to observe those non-physical phenomena.
There you go. We're just talking about points of reference, people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And those points of reference actually complement each other, not oppose.
They do.
And the highest
They
degree.
do.
Go ahead, brother McGriffith. What was you gonna say?
I was saying in the highest degree they complement each other.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but only if you're
Mm-hmm.
practicing being a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you're thinking like a Muslim. If not,
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna be stuck at low-level gangbanging.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's too much of that.
Way too much, brother.
Or
Mm-hmm.
now that we all seeing what are happening to those so-called gang members, they're all being picked up at this point.
Oh, you already know. You already know. Because once again, what do they fail to see? They fail to see what we said at the beginning. They fail to see that we don't have the prerogative of acting like we don't need each other.
Facts.
See that? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that this organization is what? Part of the great program to uplift fallen humanity.
Mm-hmm.
The Nation of Islam, they say, who are the 5% of the poor part of the planet Earth? They are the poor righteous teachers who do not teach, who not believe the teachings of the 10%, are all wise, know the true living God is. who teach that the Son of God, or that the true living God is the Son of Man, supreme being, black man of Asia, who teach what? Freedom, justice, and equality to all human families of the planet Earth, otherwise known as what? Civilized people, also Muslims and Muslim sons. In other words, that degree in their teaching points to people outside of their organization.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See?
Also speaks to those who outside of their organization, but also to those who are of different hue as well.
Say it again, brother.
Also speak to those of a different hue as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. That is a
Absolutely.
fact. Notice what we haven't done this whole time, people, because I know I see it in the comments. Everybody's itching. But wasn't Farad and Elijah members of the Moor Science Civil America? But again, let me say this. Let's say for all intents and first of all, let me just say this about Farad. I'm just gonna say it. There is no evidence that Farad Muhammad was ever a member of the Moor Science Civil America, period. And let's keep it a buck. Listen. Are there connections between the two organizations? Absolutely. But they're not what most people think they are. They're not what most people think they are. Let me say it again. They're not what most people think they are. See, if we're thinking which one came first, especially I'm talking from the perspective of students of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, our thinking's already wrong. When you start talking about which one came first, your thinking's already wrong. I can prove it. You ready? What's the first sentence in chapter 1 of the Holy Quran of the Moor Science Symbol of America?
Time never was.
Then why are you looking for first? Why are you looking for first? You want to go back to the straight line and abandon the circle? Why are you going? Your thoughts are already wrong. See, you're thinking wrong. You're asking the wrong questions.
And the only straight lines is from quadrant to quadrant, and you can't even see it.
How about that, bro? How about
let's say gate to gate.
Yeah, you're already, your thinking is wrong. See, first in this respect only carries a superior merit if you're an enemy of time.
And that's the case because you're going to because you're going against the nature of time once it's not cyclical.
How about that? You're going against the nature of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Man's not the body, the soul, man's spirit and part of Allah. They should, wait a minute. We don't believe in no spook. Yeah, but you do believe and teach that Allah made for himself, created himself. He created for himself a body, right? Yes, which means he existed before the body, right?
Right.
All right.
So what was it? You give it whatever name you want to give it. But we talking about the same thing.
We agree, even when you don't want to.
Absolutely.
Even when you try to. See, that's the thing. A lot of us, again, remember, we fall back into what we're used to. What are we used to? Looking for differences instead of similarities. We fall right back into it, people. Guard yourself against that. Guard yourself against that.
That's true deviation there, boy.
Listen, what are we taught? What are we taught in the Quran of Mecca? Kul huwallahu ahad.
Allah is someone.
Allah is one. Not one God. One.
Don't forget the other part. Check it out.
Go ahead.
He Allah is one.
Yes.
The absolute.
Absolute, bro.
He begets not, nor is he begotten. See,
and there is
none
like
unto. See, I understand the exoteric understanding of such, but let's just look at it from the pure English. Pure English did it some justice. It say, He, Allah, speaking of the definitive article, is one, the only. Allah, the absolute.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
That means that basically tell you there's nothing outside of him.
Brother, let's talk about it real quick. See, that's another show. We're approaching Ramadan. Watch this.
Absolutely.
There is an Islamic principle. Years ago, I think we made history, myself and Dr. Wesley Muhammad, back in 2013. We did a joint lecture. It wasn't a debate. Joint lecture. I did a lecture, he did a lecture.
The sunrise in the west.
In the west, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it talked about Islam from our perspective. And Islam, an expression of Islam that does not exclude man in Allah's creation. Let me say it again. An expression of Islam that does not exclude man. This principle is an old Islamic principle, people, but this principle was scrubbed by the reformists. It doesn't mean
they came from Ibn Arabi.
He's one, right? He, brother. There you go. Ibn Arabi was famous for this principle. The principle is called Wahdat al-Wujud. The unity of existence. So when we say Qul huwallahu ahad, Allah is one, that means there ain't nothing else. That means all of manifestation is happening in the mind of Allah. That's what it means, including man. So we can say man and Allah are one. That is not shirk. That's not shirk. If Allah is one, for you to say you are separate from Allah, that's shirk.
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
See? That's right. Astaghfirullah. Now you've made partners with Allah when you make a difference. See? Islam is mathematics. Our prophet said it was what? The impregnable doctrine. What do you say? When it comes to mathematics and something impregnable, the only way you can win in an argument is if you agree. That's it. It's the only way you can win. That's it.
Wait.
Called it mathematical theology. Prophet Ali called it the impregnable doctrine. Two different uses of words to say the same thing, people.
Wait. That's a Mike Corey Linde Hill voice. Wait. Man, it is 108 people in here. Can y'all please hit the like button? Can all 108 of y'all hit the like button? Do you know what that would do for this video? And I think, put a 7 in the chat if you believe that this live stream is beneficial for all the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America as well as the Nation
of Islam. Please do that. If you believe this is beneficial for both, for members of both, hit the 7.
Please put a 7 in the chat. Please put a 7 in the chat. Flood the chat with them 7s. Yes, sir. Yes, chat. Honest and gratitude. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, guess what?
Yes, sir.
My brother done ended the demonstration, right? But I'm going to do something I normally don't do.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I'm going to just go ahead and cancel. I'm going to do this. Let me go get the link.
You see what Creator of the Balanced Universe just put in there for the super chat, right?
Oh, let me see. No, I didn't. Let's see. Creator of the Balanced Universe. He said, honest and gratitude for that super chat, beloved. Tawheed, Allah.
Tawheed, that's right, brother. Allah is one.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir, brother.
Listen, our Hebrew brothers, hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one. Ain't that the Shahada? That's expressing oneness, people. That's expressing oneness.
Talk to me.
Yeah, that's expressing oneness.
Talk to me.
That's
yep.
So are they Hebrew Israelites? Yes. Are they Muslims? Yes. Our brother dropped off. Brother McGriffith, you still there?
I'm here, Moslem.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, brother dropped off. The signal must have dropped.
Yeah, hey, Mo, you been over here demonstrating, Moslem.
I'm
I'm over here rolling. I'm just thinking. I'm saying, man, if only people could just look at the board as just a 360 board, and you got the tree in the middle.
Yeah.
And you see an apple, I see an orange, and there's no conflict in that. You just gotta either walk my way or I walk your way, or like you say, let's meet in the middle.
Let's meet in the middle. Yep. But we have to. Yep. But you know what we got to do? Know what we got to do to meet in the middle, brother? We have to do work. There's work that must be done. We have to throw the evil off of the good, right? Yeah. So that work is I get to know you, you get to know me. See? Oh, yeah. We have to do what? Meet on the level. Part on the screen.
Man, don't get these folks freaked out in this group. They already think we spooky enough.
Yeah, you know?
They already think we spooky enough, Mo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But to that point, though.
Yes.
Only people understood that's universal knowledge as well.
Listen, my leader and teacher, Brother R. Jones Bay, Moorish Science Civil American Incorporated. He's the Grand Sheikh and Moderator of Moorish Science Civil American Incorporated. Years ago, I wrote an article in the Moorish Guide newspaper, our Moorish Guide newspaper, and it was on unity, right? Mm-hmm. And most of us, when we start talking about unity, we start haggling over the extraneous, trivial things, paperwork, history, whose leaders who and who's lead. That's what we haggle over. Let me tell you what he said. And this is to your point, Brother McGriffith. He said this. Mm-hmm. He said, man is a thought of Allah. Mm-hmm. The prophet said, if I can get you to think, you can save yourself.
100%.
He said, therefore, the organization's a thought organization. And when we begin to see the Moorish movement as a thought, unity is a foregone conclusion.
100%. 100%. 100%, Muslim. 100%. 100%.
See how easy that was?
Yep.
Easy.
Let me see. I'm finna do this.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're gonna do, brother. I'm gonna do this. Bam.
Shout out to shout out to Khalil Allah. Khalil Allah, Khalil Allah is lurking in the chat somewhere.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
You know that more always.
He been on my line the whole time.
Yeah.
Demonstrate. Know that Mo been demonstrating.
For everybody, the link is in the chat. So I give a couple of people an opportunity to come up.
There we go.
Seems like we have someone in here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay.
Wa alaikum assalam. Peace, guys.
Salam alaikum.
Wow.
Alaikum.
I cannot believe the guests that I'm in the presence of.
Alhamdulillah.
Where you from? Where you from, brother?
Australia.
Wow.
Man, praise be to Allah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't try and miss a single episode of Let's Think podcast.
Interesting.
Oh man, that's
for that.
Honest and gratitude.
Yes. What do you think of the show, bro?
I'm gonna have to watch it on repeat multiple times, just like the other episodes with Sharif and all the other esteemed guests that you have on. You know, I'm watching these episodes multiple times, getting the knowledge, and man, I think you brothers are on point. I think you guys are right.
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
You know, I've left some comments and I've sent some messages and whatnot. I'm the guy you might recall, Sharif, Omar Morali, the man from Chile, and
Yes.
he didn't know his history. I had the conversation with him, and I was just telling him what I learned from you guys.
Mm.
And the brother goes, that makes sense, you know. Everything you guys were saying,
Wow,
it resonated with him so well.
wow. See,
Praise the Lord. That's all we want.
It's so. Let me tell you, it's so gratifying because again, we're all just. I can speak for these two brothers because I know these brothers, and I know we're just striving to be better Muslims. We're striving to just be good people ourselves and follow what we're following sincerely. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not paying too much attention, at least I'm not, to what other people may see or what they're thinking. You know what I mean? So it's always really gratifying. It's gratifying to hear that. When you know how it is, when you're working in sincerity, you're always the last to know your level of progress.
Facts.
Others see it before you do. You know?
Absolutely.
But guess what? That
Absolutely.
also keeps you humble. It keeps you humble. Yes.
Bro.
It keeps you
Bro,
humble.
and that's one of my that's what I strive to reach for at all times, is to be humble in my approach.
Absolutely.
Because a wise man knows that he knows nothing. So
come on now.
I'm just striving to be the best example of that which I stand on.
Yes. Yeah. The wise man feels his own perfections and is humbled by them. We say the wise man doubts often and changes his mind. The fool is obstinate and changes not. He knows all things but his own ignorance.
Absolutely. Well,
yeah.
So look, we got a couple people in the back. They trying to get on, so I want to get them on.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, Mo.
Pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure too, Sharif. I'll just say a few things real quick. I was the brother in Instagram that messaged you. I'm studying with some other Muslims. Yes, the Quran alone.
Wow.
And
so real quick, the brother had asked me. He said, just out of the blue, he was like, "Look, where did Prophet Drew Ali get his perspective on future events?" And I'm like, I said, listen, the only thing I can say is either A, he was on a mundane level, he was plugged into some real connected people who knew some things, or B, he's pulling it from a divine source. I don't know. And then you said, listen, I'm studying with some other people Quranically, and they're coming to the same conclusions the prophet did. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
That
definitely is, bro.
And among these people, the Quran of Mecca says for every nation there is a messenger. So I've been searching through recent history. Who are these messengers that came? And I can't stop going past these few figures from the early 1900s.
Yes.
And then once I broke that fourth wall in my mind,
Yes.
And I actually sincerely approached Noble Drew Ali, Farad Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad,
yes,
even Louis Farrakhan and start learning these messages and their lessons.
Yes.
And then taking what they're saying.
Yes.
And applying it to the Quran of Mecca.
Yes.
Wow, everything. Right.
One thing Allah did say was, every messenger, every prophet, every servant that he has delivered to us will have the same message. The truth is but one.
Come on, brother. Truth is but one. Yes. Doubts are of our raising.
And Islam to you, brother Anthony Hill. We also have our brother.
We got one of the 24 scientists in the building.
Far from that. Don't give me that case.
The old Moors, Khalil Allah, the old Moors, if they saw you, the old Moors out of Baltimore, they'd be like, oh, that's one of the bald-headed sheiks right there.
I'm definitely not one of the 24. I'm too much of a baby for that.
Yes, sir.
Damn. I'm still learning how to change my front brakes. Praise
sir.
Allah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You give respect to the gods that, you know, our big brothers and sisters that come before us and still travel this road.
Absolutely.
And disseminating spiritual knowledge and mastery in order for us to be able to open the way.
Praise the Lord.
You know?
Brother Khalil, I got a question. See, because for those who don't know, Brother Khalil Allah is a representative of the Nation of Islam.
Right.
What did you think of this presentation, brother?
I loved it.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah.
I loved it
Praise
because it stuck with more of similarities, and it came from a very, very much non-biased perspective.
Praise Allah.
So it was able to deal with some of the subject matter and tap on, of course, there will be a difference in certain realities because once we come from it, because y'all come from a different perspective.
Yes, sir.
I don't necessarily see a difference of the anthropological aspect of the law from what the Moors teach. I don't necessarily see a difference.
Right.
It's just depending on how you flip it.
There you go.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's how you flip it.
Yes.
Because everything is an evolutionary perspective.
Yes.
Everything is evolving.
Yes.
The ego must come into birth. The ego, because of desire and attachment, eventually brings itself back into existence. But all of creation is evolving. That intelligence is evolving on every level and every stage.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
A spirit doesn't evolve.
Woo! Where's he gonna go? It's already there.
Say this. So we're going to get into this, and we got to be understandable about how this works. Okay? There is nothing leaving this sphere once upon death is of this form.
Yes.
That is sitting somewhere meditating and going to higher levels of mastery. That's not what spirits do. If we're speaking from that perspective, and there's a difference. If someone has evolved to the particular state, their spirit body or their light body, and be able to console or to emit their consciousness within that form at the time of death, then they become discarnate beings in that particular reality where they're still conscious as a whole.
That's right.
But a form.
That's right.
But somebody that just leaves this form does not evolve. Let's get this real. Man took trillions and trillions of years to become this in this aspect, in this form. When it comes to this aspect in this form, man has absolutely no equal. If you look at all of creation, show me anything of creation that can do what you and I do.
Brother, you already know, and I'm preaching to the choir to all of us. That's
1,000%.
That's what Surat Al-Baqarah is all about.
1,000%.
All of creation to bow to the man.
1,000%.
All of creation.
Listen, if anything was equal to man in creation, then find it. There is none. Well, it's
Allah wouldn't have never stood up for when the angels questioned him. When the angels questioned him, Allah would have never stood up for the man.
And to your point, Brother Anthony Ill, right? What did Allah, after he taught man and breathed into man his own breath, he tells the angels, tell me your names if you're true. Angels said, we know what you told us. So and then what does Allah say to the man? Inform them of it.
Inform them. Didn't I tell you I know what you do not know?
What?
Because it is it's only in this form, right? It's only in this form that by our thought form that we give form to matter. It's by Isaac that we affect matter by billions and thousands of miles away. It's in this form. Our central nervous system has developed to this extent for us to be able to have this capability.
What do we call it now in science? Spooky action at a distance.
Absolutely.
The observer absolutely, unfailingly affects what is observed.
1,000%. A dog doesn't do it.
Right.
A cat cannot do it.
Right.
A donkey cannot do it. An amoeba cannot do it.
Praise
there is nothing in existence that's equal to man.
Come on now.
Now, we just got to be real with this.
That's right.
You see, because people will take what you say and try to think that you're trying to spook things out.
Right.
And say that man not God. That's
Right.
not what's being said here. You understand what I'm saying? There are levels to understanding.
Yes.
In these degrees in our development of growth.
That's right.
But it must be understood. And this is where different aspects of Islam, after the takeover of Islam by usurpers, that the discussion of man, and I without using a better word, in the deification of man. There is not a monkey made in the image and likeness of Allah. There's no dog made in the image and likeness of Allah. There's not a sheep made in the image and likeness of Allah. Man is made in the image and likeness of Allah. Man is not only made in the image and likeness of Allah, man represents an aspect of his power in order to execute aspects of that power.
That's what he's ordained to be.
This is what man is.
That's what problem is.
Right. The problem is that they looking at man in a fallen state.
Correct.
But even in our fallen state, we affect matter. Even in our fallen state, we bring into existence what we will.
Yo, we about to put a fez on this brother's head. I'm about to give him
No. We're just teaching it.
He representing the fez. It ain't even the fez is the symbol.
Why do we think the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the black man's brain can achieve whatever it conceives? It could bring it to reality. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad in the table talk said, if a house is sitting in your brain and you bring it into reality, he said, that's the God. Look at the science of that. If you can study how a house comes into creation, you can study how every single living, existing thing into creation. It is the same thing. When the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that you cannot go beyond the limitations of the first God because he came down through you and he is now in all our persons. See, when that takes you back to the Hermetic teachings. The Hermetic teaching says you study the known to learn the unknown.
The unknown. That's right.
It is the same rules. It ain't different science and mathematics from one level to another level.
Right.
It's if your eyes are objective enough, you can see the same material, the same exact laws governing from the macro to the micro.
That's a fact.
And all the same rules.
I have to run you all, but I just gotta say this really quick. And our work, to what Brother Khalil just said, is to blur the line between macro and micro.
1000%.
Blur the line.
Yes, sir. And the reason why I must say, because like I always say, when it comes to the spiritual sciences, it is 1000% clear in the Circle 7. It's like a step ladder. You know, it's steps directly to where it needs to be.
I promise you. And you know what? That's part of our stumbling block. You know that, right? Like I had mentioned what you and I had talked about with Sheikh 7 a while ago about what Crowley had said, right? To fail to submit your will to the will of the Supreme is such a simple act, but to our complex minds is very
1000%.
difficult. Thus, training is practice is necessary.
1000%.
We have to practice to submit. It's such a simple thing. Our minds, we got the monkey mind.
Without a force,
it's a vicious game. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The depthness of it is because of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad overall business platform and the structure that he had to create in order to deal with a manifold aspect of black people. He had to deal with a manifold position of us.
Right.
People not knowing how to read and write.
That's right.
People who didn't even know who they were in their culture, their knowledge, their God.
Yo, that's real.
Listen, what they want us to do here, and I'm just being real with it.
Yes.
Is making Islam that was not given to us.
Bingo.
And that don't work for us.
Bingo.
It don't work.
To your point, see, I gotta go, but to your
I'm just being real.
But yo, to your point, think about it. What we have, what Honorable Elijah Muhammad brought to his followers, to his members, the believers, what Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought for his organization and his members, are schools of thought within the scope of Islam, just like the early Hanbali sect. That's a school of thought. And early Hanbali sect of Sunnism.
But in one thing with you, though, God, One thing to disagree but agree.
Go ahead.
They didn't give us individually nothing.
Right.
They gave it to us all.
That's a fact.
What the prophet gave us was to us all.
Yeah.
What the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us is to us all.
All. Exactly. Thank you.
To go on to what you was, because I studied with the prophet to it.
Yes, sir.
I studied and I study what came before that as well.
Right.
And I study what comes after that.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, in reference, and we have to always be this, we don't need nobody to give us a stamp of approval.
Come on now.
Our work stands for itself.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Because other forms of Islam has been here.
Yes.
And it has not worked for the redemption of our people.
Not us.
We created a culture without a culture.
1,000%. But look at what culture is. The messenger said that culture is an outgrowth of knowledge at a particular time in history.
Yes, sir.
Yes, as our knowledge grows and become more refined,
yes,
our culture become a mirror and a reflection of that.
And then we become highly cultured.
1,000%. Because our only survival is unity.
That's it.
And we can only get more out of it if we could study that for which we have.
I got to run you over, but I'm leaving on that note. He said the right word.
Unity.
He said the right
word. But God, you did an excellent job. That's really what I came away to say.
Peace,
love your brothers, man. All right,
peace, God.
Well,
so but yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to allow you to finish your comments, and I want the brother Anthony Ill and our other brother Hassan to close us out.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say, man, I think it was an excellent build, man. I like what the God did, man, and I think that is working towards unity and not dealing with what they consider to be separation. I think that is imperative that both bodies study each other teachings.
I agree.
It's imperative. We don't see that this is one Quran.
It is one Quran with one God.
We're not looking at it though. One picks up where one left off.
Facts.
It's just what happened. You got to look at it. The dream that what the prophet wanted to come into being came to being through Elijah. 1,000%, with nothing left out. The question at the end, though, what did we leave out? And what are we bringing to the table? Because they left a body of work. They left a body. Yeah, the devil moved and all that and removed the prophet off the scene early. But what the devil didn't keep in mind that Allah was in constant motion.
Right on.
And even though they went to stop the vision of what the God had brought into being, Elijah came into being. It continued.
Islam.
So what we have to deal with now, what are we doing to continue it? That's the question. See, it's easy for us to sit down and talk about what separates us, what is not together and what's not to that. Let me tell you, the majority of people that talk that, man, ain't got a pot to shit in and a pot to throw it out with. They don't have nothing. So it's easy to keep straining at trying to catch a gnat with chopsticks.
Yeah.
Than to attempt to unify to actually build something. Because if you unify to build something and then something go wrong, the only person you got to blame is yourself.
100%. 100%.
But I could sit and argue with you about separation forever. And we still going to suffer. And the enemy still going to rule the world. And black people and people of color and what will still be marginalized in this country. And we will still be enslaved.
Absolutely.
So that's what it boils down to. Don't we understand that the work that we do here will affect the world? The salvation of the world rests on the shoulders of us. If we can get it together, because there's nothing more influential than us sitting in here. But people grab onto our negativity and our ignorance that is unfortunately portrayed all over the world through social media. But we can also utilize this to show the effect that this has across the world. Where they can look at us. Your show, for instance, does more than many shows on this whole entire platform. Why? Muslims from around the world have been taught Nation of Islam, MSTA are not Muslims. We don't got this knowledge. We ain't this, we not that. But by your podcast, they are able to see us talk intelligently and build into the sciences of what we have. Where they can sit down and they can look and say, hold on, let me take a second look at that. I see similarities of that within this form of Islam, this Islam. Oh, well, I think I'm going to take a look at that again. And that's what
you just said my story.
Yes.
You know how you just explained that you basically just told everybody in so many words you are practicing the instructions that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught you, and by you reading the Circle 7.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
You just explained that to a T.
It's the same thing. See, when you look at it from a holistic perspective, you get away from what appears to be the separating thing. There's nothing separate. It just looks like it. But ain't nothing separate. You have a foundational body in one form is meted out in another because somebody was able to live 40 plus years. The other did not. He wasn't able to refine. He wasn't able to build into it, meet it out. You didn't get that chance. The enemy moved to do what he had to do in order to stop that movement to the best that he could. And like always, once they take the head off, you know what starts to happen? Divinity. All these different branches start to pop out and come in. And then when they come in, they fighting for leadership and control. Then the next thing you know, you got different versions. So the very body that he created now becomes separate.
Like the body of Osiris.
It become, the weaker it becomes.
Yep.
They do it with everybody. When Honorable Elijah Muhammad, before he even left this plane, what they say in FBI files, that after he dies, it is imperative that they put someone in this FBI files, put someone in position who would change the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from Black nationalism into a self-improvement, self-development group. What is another thing the CIA said? That it is imperative that the Africans and those of Asia do not believe that the Nation of Islam are Muslims. This is
it's the same for the MSTA. They share the same.
1,000%. These people are agent provocateurs, man. I'm telling you, these people come up in here and speak of separation because they agent provocateurs.
Divide and conquer.
That's all they are. They working.
While we ain't, we need to work.
Whether consciously or unconsciously, definitely working. And to your point, brother Anthony, hey, listen, brother, you definitely right. We gotta outwork them.
Facts. Right. But you know, we really don't even have to. We have the great God of the universe, the creator of the 7 worlds that's behind us. So there will be nothing that will happen to us that he doesn't want to happen to us. We will always be shielded and protected. Long as we call on him, and victory is sure. There is no failure for the human soul. So regardless of what they doing, it doesn't matter. You can have your fun for right now, but at the end of the day, the great God of the universe is coming to end it all. And everybody is going to have to answer for everything that they did. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's why the prophet gave us divine instructions. We were in a state of not being able to understand anything. So he had to communicate it to us in a way for us to grasp it and run with it.
That's right.
So the people that did grasp it, they did run with it because they are divine instructions. This is just not something random in a book. No, this comes from the creator.
That's
That's
right.
why they're called divine instructions. And he shows you how to take care of your children. He shows you how to be a husband, a wife, the right way, not the way that you thought. So
That's
with
right.
so what the prophet brought, what he said, he told us, I gave you everything it takes to save a nation. I go take it and save yourself. It's that simple. All you have to do is follow every word in that circle 7. He held up the circle 7 and the questionnaire. If that ain't
As well
Allah,
as as
he
well as the
gave you
divine
everything.
constitution and bylaws.
He
Mm-hmm.
gave you
It's
he gave you
important that
everything.
people study it not from the base of religion, but study it as a life science.
He gave you a questionnaire. If somebody asks you a question, this how you answer it. If that's not Allah, I don't know what is. And it's proven through it's proof behind everything that Prophet Noble Ali did and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So there can be no disputes. The only disputes come from people's selfish desires
1000%.
and hate. The Prophet told us we need to love instead of hate. I was having a conversation with an individual, and I was basically being friendly to a person that's hateful. And they say, nah, you shouldn't be friendly to that person. I say, why? That's control. If I act the way that they act, then they controlling me. No, I'm gonna continue to be this loving, genuine person, and they gonna have to deal with what they doing. Regardless, every action and deed that I do, I got the answer to it from Allah.
1000%.
So therefore, if I'm following behind what you doing, being hateful towards me, and I be hateful towards you, then we both losing. And I can't let you control me. I control me.
That's
So
accepting their teaching.
Absolutely.
that
You should never allow your righteousness to be bridled by someone's unrighteousness.
praise
There is
Allah.
no compromise of your own righteousness. You see what I'm saying? In the degrees in our lessons, we're taught that God is righteous, right? That there is no unrighteousness in him. That's a developmental stage. Because believe me, we have unrighteousness in us, right? So that means that we have some stages of development. Like he puts it there. He tells you what you are by nature, but then he's telling you, listen, man, you
got to figure it out.
You got to get at it. You got some purification to do, purification to do to reach those particular goals. We have a long way, man.
I was watching one of y'all podcasts, and Khalil, you basically spoke on prayers and how it's more than just a prayer, and it resonated with me so deeply because it's more than just a prayer. You actually have to submit. Like, okay, it's cool to actually prostrate, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
You speaking life. You speaking life upon yourself.
1000%. In the thing that's very important, I've always said, you have to reach the state of khushu. You just have to. You can sit and do salat 1,000,000 times a day. You did good yoga. It's good positions for your body. It's good. You did good. All right. You did good. Okay. You did some good yoga. You bent out the back. You probably straightened out the central nervous system. Let me tell you how deep salat. I had said this to Sheikh 7 before. In the hadith, are you aware that it teaches you that your back's supposed to be straight? In ruku and sajda. Do you know even when you in jaws, you're supposed to have your back straight? Why? Because it's yoga. Salat itself in its motions is yoga. You can literally take salat in the positions and match them directly with yogic positions. But what I would say is the difference of salat and yoga is that salat is invocation of God. It's constant invocation. So without khushu, you're just doing steps. But if you have to be there, meaning nothing else exists but that for what you're doing. Meaning if your mind is at Allah, then nothing else can exist but Allah. That's how come if I do the rakats, I do the rakats as only guides. After that, I ignore all of that. Do you know why I ignore all of that? Because how is you're fully in the direction of worship if you're thinking about if this rakat is 2, 4, 4, 3, 4. Oh man, I did 4 rakats. The 4th one is coming. Did that mean that your mind went off of the worship of Allah?
Mm-hmm. And you
Right?
missed the whole process.
You missed the process. You cut it in straight. Even if you sit down and you think about it. Salat in and of itself. If I come and I got you doing prayer in the morning and you got a job, what you thinking about doing while you doing salat? I got to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
When it's time
Right.
When it's time for afternoon, you got a certain amount of time. You got a break. You're going to say, listen, man, I got to get what I got to do at this job, man. I got to get this stuff out of the way. When you go up into the early evening and you ready to get off, you say, man, I only got this much time to get off. This is happening during your act of salat. When you finally ready to get off, you're thinking about what you got to do if you haven't ate. When you finally get home, you looking at washing yourself and everything. If you're tired, I want to go to sleep. Nothing in you should get up to do prayer or anything else out of the hopes that you will get favor with Allah or you will get heaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how that works. If you do it from the full volition of your being in invocation and worship of Allah.
Mm-hmm.
That's without compromise or without seeking a reward. Because if you're seeking a reward, then you're making like a deal.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's no deal.
No.
So when you enter salat, that's why the messenger said that prayer to a Muslim is like gasoline to a car. It keeps you going.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to direct that mind in kushu. Minister Ali say, during prayer, the mind reaches its fullest potential. So when you enter into salat, use the rakats, the numbers in order to guide you in. But then forget them and continue and listen to nothing but the divine in you. And what you'll see, you'll get lost in it.
Bro, do I know?
You won't even remember the motions that you're doing. The only thing that would occur is that you are fully directed at the source.
Bro, I've done that. I've done that.
That's beautiful.
I've done
It's real.
I've done that. I've done that with 2 rakats. Get
It's
so
real.
deep into the rakat that I forgot that I done 2 or how many I done. Yeah.
It's real. When you
That's
get in
beautiful.
it, man, I would tell you that once you get to a certain point, you start feeling the itching right here. But what I'm going to tell you is don't stop. Don't stop, because that brain of yours is going to start telling you to stop. It's going to start
Scratch
telling
that.
you to scratch that. And don't listen. That's the true prostration mark. That's what that represents.
I tell Allah, scratch it for me.
That's what. Go ahead. Get it done. Yes, sir.
Not trying to be funny or you.
No, yes, sir. But that's the truth of it. So I'm just saying, use salat for what it truly is. It's the greatest invocation ritual that you got. That's a yoga where you are directing the energies that's being massaged by the different positions during the prayer. Believe me, that energy is moving through that central nervous system via the spinal cord.
Oh, yeah.
During your act. It is
sure.
happening. If you don't believe me, just study it. It has a serious reality that occurs to you during that time, biologically wise. It is happening. You see what I'm saying? And what the prayer tell you? Pray as if you see Allah. Right?
Or in Allah's presence.
Okay. Then if you pray and if you see Allah,
that's even better.
If Allah is your focus, then all you see is Allah.
And everything.
That's why you have your zikr beads, right?
Yep. People
because if
more
Allah is your focus, all you see is Allah. So if
Mhm.
everything in your mind is Allah, if every focal point is Allah, then no matter what you see Allah. When I look at you, I see Allah. Because Allah is my only focus. I don't see anything else. I only see the reality. And that's Allah. Everything else is an illusion.
Praise be to Allah. Well, look,
Praise
brothers,
Allah.
I do I gotta get myself together because I gotta be at work at
Oh
5:30.
yeah.
So
I honor
listen,
you, brothers, on a serious scale. Thank you for adding me on to her. This really warmed my heart. Praise Allah, honor to His Prophet Noah Drawley.
That's
I
right.
am humbled and I am grateful, and I hope that, inshallah, I hope that we can build from here on out.
Oh man,
Oh man, I'm thankful
inshallah.
as well. And I'm gonna go back and look at this video come tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I can look at Brother Sharif going to his thing a little bit more. Listen, the God is a beast.
Oh
So
yeah.
what I like to do, right? I like to go after his joint. When it comes to like him, Dr. Wesley, the brother God on Pooh, I watch their things, man. They get it in. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And you
sir.
gotta sit down and look at the gods in their presentation. Especially when Sharif start getting into the biogenetics and all that, man. Goddamn, boy.
Man.
Trust me, I didn't see
Woo, boy.
Trust me, I didn't seen at least 10 of these podcasts
Sharif
and
is
some.
bad.
That's just
Listen,
a
he bad.
guaranteed number. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Praise
Sharif
Allah.
bad. They know he bad.
May
He a
Allah
bad
be
boy.
pleased with His work.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that God.
Well, look, brother,
All right,
I got
brother.
to go.
Oh, it's
Islam,
Peace,
brother out there, man. Salam, brother
Islam,
Hussein.
brother
So,
Hussein,
Salam,
I
brother.
appreciate you.
peace.
Peace. I appreciate you. Please share with your people out in Australia. Please give us some push out there.
Please.
Will
Peace
do,
to
my
all.
brothers. Will do.
Peace, brothers.
Alaikum salam, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yes, sir.
Walaikum salam.